Hello, what's going on? What's happening, Kebab? Welcome, mate. What's happening, Mike? Getting me through the last hour of work. Well, I have stopped working, hence the stream. I said yesterday that I probably wouldn't stream again until the new year, but it was my last day at work today, so I thought, why not just bin it off? Bin the last hour off. You can see there. Is it that side? No, it's that side. Boxed up the laptop, boxed up some computer screens and whatnot. Send them back. Courier coming in about an hour or so time. Wallop. Kebab, you are currently first in Champ Europe Limited, but there's still tonight's games and tomorrow's games. So have you played all your players? Are they all used up? Yeah, and I was just having a chat on Discord actually, and I might even just drop the link in there, see if any of those boys want to jump on. We was talking about premium defenders in the MLS, and if there is any. What am I doing here? Let's get this link. And I was looking around, as I said, I packed up the laptop and I thought, well, let's at least kick it off with that chat, right? Right, let me just get this link. Bear with me. Link. Copy that. Wallop, wallop, wallop. Live stream now. Going to discuss the defenders. Debate. Yeah. What's going on at Apocalypto? So what, Kebab, you've all finished in terms of your players? We can have a look at it in a minute. Stream setup. There we go. Yeah, I had an alright hold on. Yeah, that just went off. Warner, I'm assuming that's Wagner. And Hollingshead are about the most premium. Yeah, well, this is what we was talking about, because what I was looking for before I actually look at my my game week this week, we'll kick off with that in a minute. But what I was looking at was in my gallery, what have I got? Let's filter this by MLS. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Yeah, you are. Cool. So let's take a look at MLS cards that I've got, right? Now, I used to have a whole lot more. But from a defender's point of view, I've got, I mean, this guy's will just be cap mode. That's even if he starts. Obviously, Tolu, Lennon, and Lovitz I'm going to be using for cap 240s. And then Real there, I just bought him when I first bought Wagner about a year ago. And then that was his cover, basically. Midfielders, I've got Carlos Hill, Gressel, super rare, and Herrera rare. And then forwards, I've got Rossi, I've got Merrim, because he bridged a few gaps for me last year. But obviously, he's not a great. He's well, I don't know where he's going to end up. And then we've got Tate Schmidt in there as well, right? Who was out all season, but as a forward, he was playing left back, so decent AA for a cap mode. But what I was looking at, if I was to put a lineup together with a rare lineup, so an all rare lineup, Carlos Hill, Hector Herrera, and Rossi, who would be the defender that I put in there? I mean, you can put in pretty much any goalkeeper in on there, right? But who would be the defender? So it got me thinking. Let me show you this. So where are we? MLS. There we go. Yeah, who would it be? And looking at this list, let's go by L40s. Let's see if yeah, go by L40s. Obviously, it's Kai Wagner. And what was the discussion that was first kicked off was in the MLS Discord, by the way. If you're not in there, then I suggest kind of joining it, really. So it's a really cool little Discord chat. Yeah, if I had those, who is a smasher? Who is an absolute out and out smasher? Who would match those people I just showed? You know, Carlos Hill from the midfielder's point of view, or Hector Herrera, or Rossi from a forward point of view. Who would be the defender to get? Now, it makes sense that it would be Kai Wagner, but we know that there's going to be some issues, right, with him as to where he's going to be going. I mean, as I said yesterday countless times, I just released this video. Where is it? This one here, where I talk all about it. right? MLS videos are insane, blah blah blah. So if you haven't seen that, then yeah, give that a check out. But yeah, Andy, exactly as you said, Red Star are interested in him, and Marseille as well, with Red Star being uncovered. So the other place where I say in the video he could potentially end up is Cincinnati, right? If Barry goes, seems like a like for like place replacement, somebody who can come in, play on that left wing back side, left wing back position, sorry, and take some of their set pieces. And I think that if he does go Cincy, and there's been no rumours or reported rumours on this, I think Tom, what's his name, Bogart or Bogart, or however you say his surname, reported it that it would be a perfect position for him, but he's not said about any kind of rumours or that he's linked there. But when you look at these scores, you can pretty much safely say, even if you go to all here, that this guy is like a smasher. So coming back into this list, right? Let's open up the top few, and we can just talk about maybe the top 10, and then we can think about anybody else. Maybe top 11 because Jordi Alba's in there. Jack says, "What's your thoughts on the Croatian league? I've just invested there. I know nothing about it, mate. I ain't gonna lie. Doesn't really interest me. I know that there are obviously a couple of dominant teams in there, so from a stack point of view, you're gonna probably do well. But yeah, it's not really one for me." Mike says John Tolkien as well. Yeah, he was spoke about. I mean, he's in on that list, so we can talk about him as well. But he's a bit of a flight risk. And then we've got Fontas. He's okay, but not elite level. Yeah, again, it's that. I think that's what stemmed the debate, because I said about smashers. To go in with Carlos Hill, Hector Herrera, and Rossi, I just want somebody of their level. Maybe that don't even exist. I think it would be perfect if it was Wagner. But let's go through this list. Now, Rodriguez, right? He had a great first season in terms of Sorare scores for sure, and I think that Nathan would have probably maybe made his way into the Smashers just because the amount of hundreds that the guy used to get when he actually played, and that would have been a superb stack. Rodriguez, Nathan, and Daniel in goal for next year, I think would be one of the defensive stacks to actually go for. But you can see here he scored 8 times over 80 over the last year. Not too bad. But would he excite me being in that team? I just ideally would want somebody who takes sets. And he doesn't. I mean, how many did he score? He only scored 1 and 1 assist. Again, watching him, that would be a bit boring. But he had some other clearances off the line and whatnot. But that don't get me excited. Do you know what I mean? That don't get me going. That don't make me moist, as they say. But with John Tolkien, yeah, I think. When did he sign that contract? Because that seems like a big fucking contract, that does. I mean, he might stay now. He might stay that Forsberg is coming. Gulaski, he's linked there, as I said in that video that I done the other day. Maybe it's a turn for that team, and maybe they're going to be superb next year, and maybe he's excited to play along with those players that they're getting in. I don't know. I mean, looking at them, is he a smasher? I mean, it kind of reminds me of Brooks Lennon. I actually like Brooks Lennon, but I don't know. He wouldn't be my first choice. Palacios, I mean, he's likely leaving, isn't he? I don't think LAFC have renewed with him, right? Somebody in the chat might know, but he just looks consistent. He's got a couple of little spikes in there, so wouldn't be interested in him. Laria, no, not interested in him, really. Amundsen interests me a little bit. He kind of come out of nowhere a little bit for Columbus Crew, didn't he? Everyone hoping Dorsey. I really only watched him in the playoffs. He looked good, but didn't really see enough of him. So I think somebody said that in the chat, not in this chat, in Discord chat. And I did say great shout, because with Dorsey, I actually like Houston. And obviously in that stack, I would have, not in the stack, in the team, I would have Herrera, and this would become a bit of a mini stack. But yeah, couple of goals there, another goal there, an assist. Looks like he's got a great AA game, but I didn't really watch him in the playoffs. I was just too busy with life um, in the playoffs, so I didn't see too much of him. I was more so watching. Who's the other fella in there? Is it Escobar? Oh, he done well there, didn't he? Look at that, beautiful. 10 points, sweet. Yeah, I mean he ain't like a consistent smasher, but he can fucking have it, can't he? You know. And who's the other? The other guy was it Steers who used to play in that position? But it looks like Dorsey made it his own, and he's got his contract out of it. But yeah, he could be one. But the reason why that is because he would go along with Hector Herrera. But I still really like Steve Clark as a so rare player. I know he's old as fuck, and people don't really like him, but I do, I do. Um, Amundsen, yeah, not sure. Looks okay. What's his price? Point 0.05. Yeah. Wouldn't say he's a smasher. Fontas, we spoke about him. He's okay. He's steady. Steady Eddie. Zimmerman's in that top 10 as well. I mean, he used to be a smasher, didn't he? He used to pretty much be a good guy to have on the game. I mean, since I've held him, he might have won me one big reward, but then I sold him. Get out. Get out of my club even. He's super rare going 4.36 is his last one. Interesting. But yeah, I do like Brooks Lennon. I think if Almeida goes, then Brooks takes more set pieces, which would help him. But he is capable of obviously assists, got great delivery, but Atlanta do need to strengthen a little bit. Looks like they've got that new goalkeeper. I don't know if he takes over number one, if anyone knows anything about that situation. What's his name? Is it Kip Keller? Is that the guy? But I do like Brooks Lennon. Maybe he's the guy who comes in here just from a set piece standpoint, and that he can definitely hit those hundreds and get those decisives. And then yeah, Hollingshead is another one that people mentioned. I think that he is probably underrated a little bit. How long does he stay as a starting right back at LAFC? I'm not too sure. He's been there a while, hasn't he? Does he not? Has he always played? A little bit hit and miss the season before. Harry, another guy people been loving on. So, quick little story. Get your popcorn. I don't know if we can see it. Can we see it in this rare? No, I'll go to price graph. That'd help, wouldn't it? All. Yeah, there you go. He was one of the first kind of defenders that I actually bought for 0.15 and then ended up selling him for 0.29. Now, this here is probably the only time that I've actually made some kind of profit when I've sold a player. that is the best thing that I've probably ever done on Sorare. Everything else is normally I'm buying up here and I'm selling down here. So, for example, and Jordi Alba, we can talk about him in a moment, right? So let's have a look at Carlos Hill. So I've had Carlos Hill listed for the last couple of weeks. See if we can get some any buyers in on him, right? You can see here. So 0.6 I paid for him. Now it's a little bit of a shorter graph, so to speak, because obviously how expensive this guy was. But if I then sold him at 0.2, that is basically summing up how I sell players on Sorare. So good. But yeah, Philadelphia. Fuck yeah, let's go. Cohen is the is it Cohen? Is that who it is? Cohen. He will start, in my opinion. Is an incredible goalkeeper. Who's Kip Keller? Where have I seen that name? Kip Keller, Cincinnati. He ain't even a goalkeeper. He's a defender. I don't know why I've seen that name recently. Fuck knows, how wrong could you actually be? What's going on, Sam? Welcome, mate. Yeah, I wasn't going to do a stream for... Obviously, we've got a few more people in there, but I wasn't going to do a stream. But as you can see there, those boxes are containing my work screens and my work laptop. Last day in my current job, packed that shit up. Courier just rung me and said that he's going to be another hour. So I thought, well, I'm just going to shut the laptop then. Said goodbyes to the people I want to say goodbye to. Shut the laptop, box it up. and get on a stream. So here we are. Look at him. Go on, Kip. Get up there. Josh Cohen, yeah, Mike. Was that play for the Champions League? Was okay. So it seems like he's gonna be a little bit better for them than Brad Guzan, but we don't want to shit on him too much. Jordi Alba. So yeah. Sorry, I closed that down. We're talking about Harrell, so let's actually talk about him properly and what he's going to be like. So no sets, obviously at Philly. Even with Wagner going, I mean, he's not premium, is he? He's probably been playing out of position a little bit. He's more so of a right back. How does he get on when he plays as a right back? Not bad, not too bad. Yeah, yeah. That's all I'd have to say about that. Say about that. Parrot. Okay. um, Jordi Alba. So he could he be one that absolutely smashes it? You know. Sorry, I'm just catching up, so that's probably not good fucking streaming, me reading it. What do we do all day? So, Andy, you are in IT stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I know Laird's done this before. It's always a good, I think it's a good chat. I thought about doing a series before, like Meet the Manager type thing. I've seen it in FPL, people do it. Getting somebody on, yes, maybe talking about their gallery a little bit, maybe picking some of their favourite players, something like that, but then just finding out what they actually do. I don't know if that would be of interest to people, whether it's kind of worthwhile, but I'd be interested in doing it because I just like hearing what people do for work. Probably a little bit like Laird, but maybe he would be a better host for that. I don't know. Um, this could be a fun series, in my opinion. Oh, nice, nice. Maybe in the new year then, once I settle in work, maybe it'd be a good idea to do. Um, I saw there was a guy doing. I don't know if he still does content actually, but there was a guy who was doing like a pick your Sorare 11. So for the guys that are over in the UK, they have a or they used to with Paul Merson and oh, who was the other guy who used to host it? It was like they used to sit on a bench and then just do their 1 to 11, like as ex players, but they was only allowed to pick people that they've played with. Maybe, and as I said, this content creator had something like that, but maybe it would be, oh, you pick your 1 to 11, but it's either your favorite players or players that you've actually owned. Now for WoWs, obviously that's going to be fucking a ton of players, but are any WoWs going to come on that show? Probably not. So maybe it's an irrelevant point, but yeah, I'll give it a think then if people think it'd be worthwhile. Last working from home day pre-Christmas. Nice. FF Thinker, or Sean, should I say. So are you going into the office and going out on a party? For a little party? You're studying American cards. Yeah, well, let's jump back to this. Jordi Alba, I think, could be very, very good next year. Obviously, he's had an outstanding career, right? But so far, let me take away his sub appearances. When he started for Inter Miami, it's been kind of run of the mill, but we think that, or I think that Inter Miami are probably going to be better next year. Every day's a work from home day. Same, Mike. Same. I haven't got those guns though, mate. Hello. What's your thoughts on replacing card rewards for cash rewards? I just don't think that they'd ever do that. I think that they'll just run the odd competition, probably like what they're doing now. But who knows what the future is going to bring? Don't know. Just play it as it is now and see what happens. Andy, going back to your comment there, Geordie would be a fun card. Yeah, I think so as well. And it might be him that becomes the smasher next year. What's his price? 0.04. He's got a super rare out there as well, but I think that quickly jumps up in price maybe after a few. Tozie's got one. Anyone else actually just look through the recent buyers and see if a bot's got them? Rather than even looking to see who's selling. I'll just scroll down here as a bot got him. Can I get rid of some of the shit in my gallery to get somebody who would potentially be Be decent. I mean, that's not super rare to watch, but I'm going to put him in there. Maybe it's Jordi Alba that you go with, from a defender standpoint. Is there anybody else that I've missed here? I mean, Neymar is super consistent, or used to be. Yeah, he's had a bit of a patch here, but normally he's quite consistent, isn't he? But again, I wouldn't say he's a smasher. I want somebody who can literally, go toe to toe with Carlos Hill, Hector Herrera, and Rossi, and then just get the goalkeeper, whoever the defender is, and just fucking go for it. I don't think there's anybody else in here. No, Miazga, no, Tolu, he can spike, but no. Alex Roldon, he's not a smasher, but isn't MLS rubbish for defenders though? Yeah, I do think so. But I was just watching the off topic with Laird and with Nepenthes. And Nepenthes, they started talking about the MLS like midway through or towards the end. And I know that a lot of people now are considering what strategy to actually go for and what suits them, what do they enjoy doing, and obviously some people are selling and whatever's going on in the Sorare market at the moment, right? But like Nepenthes started talking about how he loved the MLS, and I've said several times, probably in videos, but definitely on stream, about how I literally love the MLS, which is weird because I I actually like the MLS more than the Premier League at the moment. I'm a Spurs fan. Obviously I watch their games and stuff and go a few times a year and that, but I don't know, the MLS from so rare standpoint, it's just made me fall in love with the MLS. And I was thinking, well, from a so rare standpoint, if I love the MLS, I enjoy watching it. I enjoy scouting their players. I know quite a bit about the league now. Why don't I just play somewhere that I actually enjoy rather than trying to learn all these kind of other leagues? So, I took Carlos Hill off the market. I took Rossi off the market. And I thought, no, I'm going to do what I enjoy. Obviously, Cap 240 and things like that and the thresholds is still my priority. But yeah, I don't even know where I got onto that. But oh, isn't MLS defenders rubbish for defenders? Sorry, yeah. But I'm still going to buy one. I like it, you know? Go for aggressive defender card, all out into Miami attack. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be buying a Suarez and a Messi though. I mean, I'd like one, but point 0.4 for Messi at the moment, where my priority is Cap 240. Maybe if I win enough thresholds between now and then, I'll buy one. But I've already got the Gressel midfielder super rare, so I don't know if I'd want him in two lineups because if he fucks it, then both lineups are done. You know. Glenn says, have a look at Jack Davies, mate, from Sporting KC. He has peak scores as a defender, only has mid cards at the moment, and Sporting was shit to the start of the season, and this was his first season playing. Worth looking at. Let's have a look at him. Jake Davies. Jake Davies. Oh, yeah, can jump up there. Was that decisives? Yeah. He's been playing right back for him. What's his last super rare go for? 0.2. Bug trader, I bet that is, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's not too bad. Not too bad. And the midfielder as well. I think that's where, going back to, again, my gallery, from when I get into the new year, MLS, there we go. I've got 3 defenders already. So for that cap 240, I've already got 3 defenders. So I would need probably another couple of midfielders and definitely a couple of forwards and then obviously a goalkeeper. So I've got to do a little bit of work here. But we do have that crossover for probably the best part of 3 months. March, April, and May, which then I can bring in the other cats into that lineup, into those lineups. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know if anybody pays kind of any attention, but but I have actually listed my Adana stack to almost fund the idea that I've just come up with. Not because I think that they're bad picks, because I don't. I mean, Belhanda has had a bit of a rough time of it, but he still won me, I think, 2 thresholds in 2 different, obviously in 2 different lineups. So he's done his job for now, and he's still capable of this, I believe. So let's see. If they don't sell, then they don't sell. But it's the one of Belhanda, and it's the one of Niang. So there we go. But yeah, that's more so to fund kind of the MLS Super Rares that I'm potentially looking at. I'm worried that Gressel will just be complete crap trash without sets. I don't know, you know. I think that he takes that right centre mid spot. I don't think let's bring up Inter Miami. A lot of people were saying that he might go right back, but I don't think that he takes that right back spot. Let me just see, the camera doesn't. Yeah, there you go, perfect. So I think Yedlin goes. I think Gregor goes. I think Motta goes as well. But I think he takes this spot here. I said this again in that video, right? I think he takes here, and I think he drifts a little bit into these areas, kind of crossing from deep. I think Messi tucks inside, and then just aiming at Suarez and that anticipation to get in there and get on the end of some of the crosses as well. So that's what I'm kind of expecting. If he plays as a right back, not sure that's his best position without sets, but he shared sets at he's down here, isn't he? Was he down there? No. He shared sets with Gold, didn't he? I think he still takes some. Maybe some corners. He's obviously not going to be taking free kicks off of Messi. What am I doing? Scores and then Vancouver. Let's just go to all at Vancouver. Yeah, it'd be interesting. Obviously, I'm not going to dive into each game and see who the set piece takers were, but I know that he definitely shared them. It's probably a better way of going to. No, you ain't going to get to that either because it's L40. At Columbus, he was just benched. Yeah, it's a weird one, wasn't it? Because when he went there, I was buzzing as a super heralder. I was like, yes, I've already got Rossi. What a little attacking stack that's going to be. And basically, Nancy just pulled his pants down and let everyone laugh at him. And he sat on the bench. Weird. Weird. But I think he just wanted somebody who could run, you know, up and down that line. And Farsi probably just fit that bill. Miami will give up the most goals this season, Zion Star says. Will they? I don't know if they will. I mean, you've got one of the best CDMs of all time that's protected them. You've got Kamal Miller, who had a good end to the season. They'll get a new right back in if that's not Gressel. Jordi Alba's going to play more and more. Yes, he's going to be a bit more attacking. They'll probably buy. Well, I was having this chat with somebody else as well. Do they buy a new goalkeeper? Is Drake Calendar really the answer to what they're trying to do there? If they're bringing in people like Gressel, they've obviously got Messi, going to bring in Suarez, they've got Jordi Alba, Busquets. Does Drake Calendar really fit that bill? I don't know. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just literally throwing it out there. I know that they were linked to David De Gea at one stage, but I don't think he's going there at 32. Was there benefit salary cap wise for Columbus with the Gressel? Oh, maybe yeah. I was gonna say the same thing, Andy. You like Drake? Yeah, cool. I haven't really. I mean, I had no interest in watching Inter Miami last season. I mean, when Messi went there, I just watched some of the highlights of him. But apart from that, I literally know kind of nothing about him as a goalkeeper. So, Tom says I bought a last Stindl for 0.0012 in limited for cap mode. Yeah, he's a good cap player. He's obviously old. I say old, fuck me, he's still only 2 years older than me, but he's old. I was looking at his super because I already have the goalkeeper and a defender as a super rare in this for this team, and I think that they've started to turn a bit of a corner. The last 4 or 5 games, a few draws, couple of wins. I think that they stay up. I think that he's a good card. Take some of their sets as well. So yeah, he's clearly very very cheap. I don't even know what that is in terms of pounds, but good luck to you, mate. Good luck to you. And the other thing is switching. What's going on, Rail? What's happening, mate? Um, what's up? Not a lot, really. Just sitting here and being fat and all that. You know, not doing much. um, yeah, we'll probably call it a day in about half an hour. It's a quick kind of little stream, really, unplanned. Mike says, I guess Gressel now is tradable. Columbus. That's the weird thing about MLS, how players can be seen for their balance sheet utility as well as their own on the pitch utility. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Do you think so? The question for probably the America guys, maybe more, or just anybody in general, right? Do you think that the MLS will ever get to a position where they've got two leagues and there's promotion and relegation at stake? Because how many teams are in the MLS at the moment? Now, I know it's a franchise thing. I know that they don't really do that in MLS, in America sports. So you've got about, what is that, Western and Eastern? 15, 40, 29. You've got another one coming, right? What is it, San Diego? So there'll be 30 teams. I mean, you probably need a few more in there in order to split that. But I think that would that would be good. No, we are stubborn. They should do that. Rail says yes. But you don't see them doing it, Andy. Rail, baby's okay, mate. Yeah, baby's doing much better now. Thank you very much. I mean, my toddler's still a nightmare, but baby's doing all right. Nah, she's good. She's all good. Um, thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Um, it'd be interesting if, like, one year they said, right, next year we are going to change the structure, and there's going to be a Division One, Division Two. So wherever you finish this year, if you finish in the bottom half, you're just relegated basically. Fuck me, the intense games, that'd be a season and a half, you know. But whether that's actually going to happen, I don't know. What I would really like them to do, more so than the relegation and the promotion thing, is get rid of this kind of salary caps and DPs and all of that shit. I know it's their structure, I know it's their history, I know it's the way that they run it, right? But I'd love them to just run it as a business and see what happens, just like the Premier League. You know, yes, there's financial fair play, but do you think that they would actually attract more players if they was able to spend more money on wages and that sort of stuff? Would the MLS become like in the top sort of six leagues in the world? Interesting. Spongy Tunes says, "Have you ever had interest in Scandinavian leagues in Sorare? Um, look cheap for how soon they're returning. I personally have had no interest in them, no mate. But that's not to say that they're not good. They would go bust like it did in the 80s. Oh, did it? I don't know the history. Basically, pre my so rare career as a manager, MLS was dead to me. Is basically what I'm saying. No, it wasn't. I watched a few Beckham games, and Robbie Keane games, but no, I don't know the history of it. So maybe that idea is just totally flawed, and that's why, as you say, they don't want to go bust. Um, you know. But moving this story along for MLS, so it's not only defenders that I was looking at as well, right? It's forwards from a Super Air standpoint, but just I suppose forwards in general to a certain extent. Um, what happens to some of these forwards will be very, very interesting because we do have some great forwards in that league in terms of so rare scoring, don't we? Obviously Messi. You've got Hernandez. Ferreira's decent. Buanga's top. You've got Diego Rubio. What's the story with him? Does anybody know? Is he kind of re-signed at Colorado? Is he staying? You've got Bongo there. Really, really good in spells. Severino, it'd be interesting to see what happens with him because he was very hit and miss last season, wasn't he? Saloy, decent AA. Carranza is decisive heavy, but plays for one of the best teams there. Velasco, I think he's out all next year. Russell has re-signed again, so he's a super rare that I probably would look at actually, and maybe even a Brian White. Diego Rossi, is he that far down? Is this what is this being sorted by? L40s. So let's do L15. See if that changes it. Oh yeah, there he is. There's the boy up there. Oh yeah, you've got GG as well. I think that's helped Brooks Lennon, delivering on and trying to put it on his head. You won't sell my Cucho. You like him. Do you think he stays there for a long period of time? Um, Feels like Sorare will go bust. Hope not, because I love this concept. I don't think it'll go bust. I just think that if you come into the game, in the last couple of years, you're not used to seeing things as they are at the moment. So it's kind of changing your strategy in order to profit from it a little bit, really. ZM Star says, look to baseball as an example of what uncapped MLS would look like. I know nothing about baseball. So major markets would dominate. Yeah, but then is that not the same for like the Prem, for example? Things like that? You've got Man City that are dominating, right? But that doesn't mean that other teams can't beat them or can't actually compete in that league. Crystal Palace have got nowhere near that sort of money, but still got good players playing at a very high standard and can do something. Yeah, Johnny Russell, it looks like he's got one more year. One more year in him. 0.28. Who's selling that? Does Johnny Russell start week in and week out in the new season, do you think? Is he a DP for him? I wouldn't have thought so considering his age, but does anybody know that? It would be interesting. And then we've got Brian White as well for Vancouver. He had a good kind of second half of the season, didn't he? What's going on, Rico, man? Welcome to the stream. Don't know why I said it like that. Andy, when is, or Black, should I call you? When is the next Sorare After Dark? Where you're streaming for like 10 hours straight? Are you doing a Christmas special? I don't think Sporting's front three changes at all. Okay, so Saloy, Polido, and Russell, yeah. What's his L15? No, it's a bit high. A bit high. I know it's the beginning of the season, but give me an option. Do you know what I mean? Pookie, expected better from him last year. But first season in the league, maybe he absolutely tears it a new one in this one. Jordan Morris would be another super rare that I'm interested in from a forward standpoint. Corey Baird. Has he actually made the jump now to Austin? Has that been confirmed? You think Saturday Festivus special? Festivus? Okay. Corey Baird. I will catch up on that. Obviously you stream very, very late for me, so does that's something. Obviously I've tagged you in a few things before, Black. Does Jimmer have Twitter? Or what does Jimmer do? Is he like just a kind of a crypto-y guy, or does he have his own channel and stuff, or does he stream other bits and pieces? I feel like he should be oh, he doesn't. He's a nomad. Okay. I feel like he should be out there more with his character and his personality. Yeah, sorry, Corey Bird. So he's okay. Let's whack him in there. MLS Super Rares to watch. And then Jordan Morris. What's he going for? Some 0.6, yeah? No chance. Who's selling him? LV. LV, no chance, son. Be interesting to see what he does actually go for. Or he end up going for. Any other super rares out there who's got like a sort of a mid 40 L15 or somebody coming into the league that you think would be good? Feel free to whack them in the chat. You think Ibrahim is that the guy who plays for Houston, by the way? Maybe search by his first name would help. Sunusi? Montreal? Okay. Who's the guy who plays for Houston? because he is dog shit. He makes the wrong decision in every moment. Who is it? Uh, this Ibrahim. I mean, I know he's a young guy, but wow, this guy's composure is terrible. It is terrible. But you feel as though this guy would be decent. All right, a couple of goals in the last couple of games of the season, which no one's really. They're playing for nothing. He had a bit of a stretch here. Not so good. The trouble is, I just don't like Montreal. I just don't think that they're a good team. I had Quieto for a little while back in the day when I was first getting involved in MLS, and he done really well for me actually. But it seems like he had an injury prone season, didn't he? So what's going on with him this season? Rika Man says doesn't sound like Corey Baird will return to Houston. He said on the radio show that they would move people on. They would have to, sorry, to move people on to get him back. Yeah, I think he's going to Austin, mate. I'm pretty sure. Corey Bird. I won't just search Corey in the chat. Who knows what would come up? Corey and then Austin. Probably best to do this in Twitter, isn't it? Or X, as they're calling it. I'm sure I saw him. There you go. Yeah, from Big Tom, finalizing a contract for Corey. So does he? Yeah, does he take over from Zardes and Drobisi in there? Interesting. What about Baribo? Surely Carranza moves on from Philadelphia. Baribo. Ty Baribo. Yeah, he's got a fucking good L15, isn't he? What's going on, Cal? Hi guys, how was your last work day? If that question's directly to me, mate, it was very relaxed. A few meetings this morning, a few things to hand over, and then, as I've said, I've got that wrong every time when I try and point to this. These boxes here, screens and laptop, waiting for my courier. See you later. 2 weeks off, and then I start the new job, which probably is going to be a whole bunch of problems for me to fix. But hey, I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah, didn't they sign this guy? It was like a big deal. Everybody was buzzing about it, and then he just couldn't break into the team. Did he even score last season? No, didn't even score for him. A couple of DMPs, a few sub appearances that didn't even make it off the bench. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, you hadn't seen the Austin news? Gonna have to move him on as I have a Houston stack. I think that he'd do okay at Austin. I just don't know where he fits. How do they play? So does he take this right attacking mid spot here? Maybe. Good to hear. Good luck. Cheers, Cal, mate. Thank you. Thank you, sir. He needed time to adapt. It's a bit risky though, isn't it, when you're trying to get that return on investment quite quickly to then build to more. They have Carranza and Yuri. I never know how to say that name, but I think that Carranza is wanted by loads of teams. Young lad, isn't he? I don't understand why though. I don't understand. Like I've watched a lot of Philadelphia. When I had Wagner and I had Jack Elliott and I had Andre Blake. Um, I don't see the attraction to this guy. Yes, he puts himself about a bit. He scores goals because he plays for a dominant team there. But I didn't see unbelievable amounts of talent. No way. Maybe that's just me. But nah. Nah. I think O'Brien will probably do better than him. What? O'Brien better than Baird? Wild. He's just got not. I suppose he's got a little bit of AA in him. Yeah. I don't know. I don't mind the players that I've picked up, and I suppose I need another midfielder as well. If I've got three defenders, I still need a couple of midfielders in there. Game week. Let's talk about game week. How is everybody getting on, Kebab? I know if you're still in the chat, I know that you're top of Champion Europe at the moment, but Let's check some lineups first, actually. Be interesting to see if Volland starts on this. He does. I knew he was going to be a starter. People were telling me I was chatting shit, but he is a starter. Let's have a look at that and that game. Galatasaray, any unexpected? No, basically run on the mill. I think their goalkeeper's suspended at the moment, right? Paguli, he was another one that I was going to pick up in terms of his Super A, taking some sets and what's not. Remy Walter is a good summer midfielder. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Sombalonga's got a kick up top as well. This guy continues to play. Another super rare that I was looking at. That's all right. That's okay. Yeah, in terms of my game week, what have I got going on? Not that anybody asked, but I'll show you. Where am I? Results. I want. What do I want? Results. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So this was basically over before it even started. I went for a four-man and then Kevin Rodriguez wasn't even in the lineup. So that's Andy. And then Niang got pulled off at half time. So even better. And then, oh yeah, by the way, if my courier does turn up, I will just close the stream down. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and all of that. But if he does turn up, then obviously I've got to go. This is what I've got cooking though. We've got the Bayer Leverkusen boys tonight playing at 7:30. So in a few hours' time, I'll try and watch that. Hopefully, kids are in bed, and then we can go there. And then we've got Teddy Tuma playing tomorrow night, tonight, along with Garcia playing tomorrow night. But Kramaric done okay. The annoying thing with this, I mean, he scored a goal, right, and scored a 76, but he got subbed off at 73 minutes. I think this could be an 85 score. I think even he could have even got another decisive in there. I wonder if he got any big chances missed or anything like that, or created. No, but I think he could have got a little bit more in there. Bibu only played, by the way, if anybody's wondering. He only played because Weghorst is out. I think he's back in the new year when the Bundesliga restarts. So just a little info out there for folks. You bought Kramaric in the end? No, I've had Kramaric for a while, mate. When did I pick him up? Did I pay straight E for him? Will it show on the price graph? 6 months. Yeah. Oh, there you go. What was I saying earlier about what my graphs normally look like? Instead of buying like down here and then selling up here, I basically bought at one of the most expensive times. So good. Thank you. Thank you. And then yeah, now he's going for basically what is that? A quarter, half of the price. So that's what normally happens to me. However, let's hope he can win me something. So yeah, I've held him since like September time. Yeah, a little while. A little while. What else have I got going on? Just training lineups. So yeah, not much. And then next week, I set this lineup earlier just in case I forget before next week. And then I've got this team. I've got the USG and the Hibs stack basically, defensive stack, and then almost an attacking stack. Looking for food. Have a good Christmas. Oh, you have a good Christmas. Looking for food. You have a good Christmas, sir. Kebab, you're hoping for a tier 2. Nice. Ross says, I'm glad Mertens is starting for Gala. Again, whenever I've watched, he's been their best attacking player. Yeah, he just oozes a bit of class, doesn't he, Mertens? Even at his age now, he still oozes that class. I can't remember if I've got anything for the week after. Oh, I do. Same again, defensive stack for USG. We've got the Hibs boys in there, and then we've got Kawabi coming in. Tom says, I'm considering to buy Kerwin Vargas for capped 240 in the summer. Let's take a look at him. Let's take a look at him. Not really familiar with Charlotte. It's not a club that I enjoy really watching. Now with Dean Smith going over there, does that change things? Probably not. Probably not. He had a good end, didn't he? Good finish in October. I mean, him finishing like that would seem likely that he starts if they don't sign things. At least at the beginning of the season. He looks all right. I mean, good L15. It just depends whether he actually starts the season, right? In terms of your capped 240. Capped 240. I have Westwood, and I watched a couple of games, and I find him pretty good. Nice. Always nice having a little midfield and a forward stack. Sure? For sure. What's going on, Stefan? Hello, mate. So what super rares am I actually looking at here then? So forwards, it's Morris. It's well, let's just do it this way so I don't miss anybody. So from a forward point of view, these are three forwards that I've got. Baird at Austin, which I need to be careful with. We've got Morris, who let's have a look at his, because when I first come into the MLS, like he was one of the forwards that a lot of people were suggesting, but he's so hit and miss, isn't he? I'm watching him, he just literally kicks the ball and runs. What happens when his pace goes? How old is he? 29. What happens when his pace goes? Is he finished? Is he finished? And then who else we got? Johnny Russell, which I like. He takes sets to the forward, decent AA. But his L15 is high. Is high. So we've got to be careful there. They're the only ones that I've got so far. From a midfield standpoint, I don't think I've got anyone. Oh, a few. Eric Tommy. Oh, somebody's selling him. That is interesting to me. Somebody's selling his super rare. For what price? 0.2. I've bought off this guy before. I thought he left. No? Seems like he's come back. Yeah, look, he left 3-4 months ago. And then he's come back in. He's bought back in. Because he had a gallery that was very, very high in value. It looks like he's just focusing on super rares now. And he's just flipping. He's just flipping cards. That's interesting that he's actually selling this Eric Tommy. I'm interested in this card. I'm interested in this card. Wonder what he sells him for. What's he does? Trade accepted with more percentage. An interesting card for me. I need to think about that one. I wouldn't mind him. And then we've got Arthur in there as well. Nobody's selling him at the moment, but he's a steady Eddie, isn't he? But that L15 of 58, that's going to take a while to come down. And then I've got Jackson at Yule, and again he had a good end to the season, so need to be careful there as well in terms of L15, in terms of when that actually comes down. But I would like that Eric Tommy, and a Johnny Russell would be real nice, you guys, real nice. And then defenders, I mean, I don't really need any. Have I got any in here? Jordi Alba, but that's not from a Super S standpoint. Escobar, maybe, but would I prefer a... I don't know. It doesn't matter. Maybe a Dorsey over Escobar. And then from goalkeeper standpoint, be one of these guys. Probably Fry, as I've said before. Probably be a Fry. Um, yeah. Anyone want me to have a look at some players or anything like that? Get chats of opinions, my opinions, then feel free to whack some bits and pieces out. How's everybody feeling about Sorare at the moment? There's been a lot of negativity that I've been kind of watching and reading on Twitter and stuff like that. One about rewards and everything like that. But are people still actually enjoying playing the game? I think that's a question people don't ask or at least answer enough. We kind of moan about it, about certain things. I say we, or the community does. But do people still enjoy playing this game? I asked Nep earlier, but they didn't actually ask the question. I just said, do you almost regret coming into So Rare then, if these are some of the thoughts that you have? And he probably answered it in a roundabout way, saying no because he likes the concept. But does anybody regret it, or does anybody not enjoy it anymore? It'd be interesting to see. Glenn says, if you're looking at Russell and Tommy from Sporting Kansas City, a cheap defender option would be Tim Leibold. Just start the season. Okay. Let's have a look at him. No, I got way deeper into football. Okay. So you're enjoying it, Simon, yeah? So this guy should start, should he? Oh, he did in the last game. He looks like an okay cat player if he starts. I was going to say, probably some of them bottom figures were sub appearances. Yeah, ain't a bad one. Ain't a bad one. Ross says, I still enjoy it, but I'm at crossroads with where to go next with my gallery. So just been withdrawing any winnings you've had for the past few months. So what are you leaning towards, Ross? What do you think that your next move actually is? Like, do you have a gut feel of what you should do? Yeah, what's going on, Neil? No, there wasn't gonna be, but I decided to just fuck work off. Pack up the I've still got it wrong, haven't I? Shit. Pack up the laptop and wait for the courier. So yeah, I'll probably have about another 10-15 minutes on here and and wait for them to knock and just dish it back and then Christmas holidays will start, mate. So yeah, why not? Kebab says I'm enjoying it, but don't have any but sorry. I'm enjoying it, but don't have any hope to get my money back, basically. Um I suppose that's why I've moved into thresholds, right? I just want to try and claw some back, but I'm still enjoying it. Super rare keeper for threshold probably makes sense for me, but it's such a big jump. It is, mate. It is. I mean, that was the first kind of big super rare that I bought in terms of like that next step of the plan. And as I've said on here before, I bought this guy. What's annoying is that since I bought him for 0.6, he's gone for 0.5 and then 0.45. So it's only kind of coming down. So you could probably pick somebody up for around about 0.5, but that's still obviously like a lot of money, 800, 900 pounds. The good thing that I would say is that out of the, how many weeks have I played it? It's either 4 or 5. It might be 5. I've had 2 thresholds. So I've already got 1.6, 0.16 back on it. That's the only kind of logical thing that I can kind of say or think of, that you will get it back quicker than you will in terms of just rewards. Do you know what I mean? So it's up to you, mate. It's up to you. Are we expecting Milia to be back next year? I think he is. They've signed no other goalkeeper, right? So I think that he comes back, and I think that he starts. But that's just my opinion. That is just my opinion. You hope not? It's surprising how short some of the goalkeepers are, by the way, in the MLS. Like how tall is Steve Clark? And Melia seems short as well. You don't really get short goalkeepers in the Premier League anymore. I think Kudachini was the last one that I can imagine, that I remember, that was a little bit smaller than the others. You took a kid in the draft. That will be third choice as you released Macintosh. Melio's as wide as he is tall, mate. That's basically me at the moment. I need to get one of them treadmills that you fit under the desk, and I can just walk. Paul's camp should be number 1, but yeah, he loves the old guy, doesn't he? Yeah, I think Clark's like 6'1". Really, 6'1"? He don't look 6'1". Looks about 5'10". Um, I think that maybe that's another question, right? In the Meet the Manager series, how tall are you? Because I was always I listened to Nellis and Professor Techers a few, I don't even know when that was. It must have been the best part about 6 months ago now. And they was talking, and because obviously you sit behind a desk, you don't realize how tall people are. And then you turn around and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm 6'7" or something, or 6'5" or whatever, which is obviously quite fucking tall. But he didn't look it on camera. I was just like, "Shit, you're a big boy." Um, Neil, do you play capped 240 rare? Any ideas of a decent goalkeeper looking at £300 max? I think, Neil, that you could pick up some really good goalkeepers for around about that price. I do play it, but I'm not that successful with it because it's my least priority lineup. And it probably shouldn't be, but with the goalkeepers and stuff that I've got, I want to put out a banging all-star rare team at the moment. I want to put out obviously the Cap 240 super rare, and then I'll see what I've got left in terms of the super rares. If they've got a decent matchup, then I'll probably prioritize all-star rare pro, all-star rare plus, sorry, and then Cap 240 rare will be my last one. But maybe I need to shift those around a little bit. Obviously, if you're looking for a goalkeeper that you want one to play, there are some Turkish goalkeepers that are going for very cheap now. That's like 0.09 that might get you 35 points a week. So take a look there off the top of my head. Other than that, it could be. I mean, the guy who plays for this, I was actually looking at his super rare, Bodart. He seems okay. You know, very middle of the road. But yeah, I'll just look at teams in mid tables in some of those leagues that you're already focused in on, and just get a goalkeeper. As long as you're getting a goalkeeper that plays in the same leagues as the players that you want to actually put into that threshold, because there's nothing worse having a goalkeeper who's playing in a weekend and nobody else is. What's going on, Daniel, mate? Good morning. Where are you based then? Because it's coming into evening for me. 5:15 for me. As I've never done MLS before, there's no points cap, is there? What do you mean? What do you mean? Mm-hmm. What do you mean? You're in California. Shit. Always wanted to go there, but I've not been there. Nice. Like max 270 points, etc. It depends where you're putting them. I mean, obviously you can put MLS players into Cap 240, because that's like an all-star competition. But yeah, if you want to put them into America, then no, there's no caps or anything. It's absolutely pissing it down right now, though. Is it cold this time of year there? What was I just looking at? Oh, this Real Sociedad team. What do you mean? The Last Dance. These celebration cards. How do people feel about this? These celebration cards. I think I've said before, I literally couldn't care less. You know, him giving it the fist pumps, does that do anything for me? No. Does he score an extra 10% in his, like, Sorare points? If he don't, then I don't care. You're looking at Daniel and Rodriguez from San Jose as a mini stack. Sounds like a good stack, but I don't know if you're going to get that into the Cap 240 team for many weeks. Bye, guys. Wish you all a joy-filled Xmas. And all the best for your lineup. See you soon. Thanks for stopping by, Cal. Thanks, mate, and all the best for you as well. Happy Christmas and New Year, etc. No, not really. I'm in Northern California, so we get more variance in weather than LA and San Diego. It's cold in the mornings, but it'll be like 12, 15 degrees by late morning. Okay, nice. Nice. Maybe I'll make a trip out to California when my kids are a little bit older and I can actually have my life back. Or some of my life back, you know? I was saying the other day, the last holiday abroad that I had was 2019, just before COVID, and it was my honeymoon. Fuck me, I need an holiday, you know? No, you want to do an MLS comp separate? Okay. Yeah, that should just be America then. I don't think there's a MLS specific one. I'm pretty sure there isn't. What do you mean? What's going on in Rivals? Can I get a team together for something? Oh yeah, Bayer Leverkusen play tonight. Yeah, just America. Yeah, there's no cap in that tournament, mate. Set the lineup. Herdetsky, Grimaldo. Palacios is not playing here, which means Andrich is probably playing. And then you probably want Boniface, but then you've only got 42. Who plays over here? Look, this guy looks like he plays. Maybe I'll do that. Grimaldo can be captain, continue. Let's do shots on goal because I think they absolutely smashed the shit out of that team. Continue without the upgrade. Thank you very much. And find an arena competition. Sorry, I'm fairly new, so I just say MLS comp. Yeah, no worries, mate. All good. I know you said the other day you was worried about the San Jose midfield. Yeah, I did read earlier though they're potentially signing somebody. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, that they do worry me. It does worry me. Yeah. Will be nice when you don't have to attend to them 24/7. You can come here and spend your life savings on going to Disney. Yeah, yeah. We was talking about going because I went to Florida as a kid, and like obviously loved it. But since then, like I'm quite a so I'm a Harry Potter fan, right? Quite a big Harry Potter fan. So I don't know if that's people are gonna rip me a new one for that, or whether they're gonna say, "Oh, me too," or whether people just don't really give a shit. But I know that the Harry Potter world's out there now. So I'm quite excited to go when my kids are old enough. I was reading up, well, I wasn't reading up, I saw an article yesterday that they've actually got a Hogwarts like a series coming out, which is a remake of the book, but it goes into more details. So yeah, I'm fucking buzzing for that to come out. It comes out in 2025, I think the end of 2025, and they've already signed a deal that it lasts for 10 10 years. This series comes out. HBO's got it. So it's probably going to be like the biggest series of all time. So yeah, I'm interested in that, but I'm also looking forward to going to Harry Potter world or whatever you call it. Harry Potter's amazing. Oh, we have some fans. It's all right. See, sometimes you just got to put yourself out there, and we receive this sort of common ground. You know, massive Harry Potter fan. It's amazing. Wife loves Harry Potter. The park is amazing and well worth it. Nice. I can't wait for the series in 2025, which I was talking about. If you are ever in South Florida, hit me up. Nice one. Mate, I go to Disney fairly regularly as a coach here in the US. We play Florida a couple of times. The price is extortionate, man. Yeah, I need a few so rare wins, don't I? I ain't gonna get it with fucking Stu Arney, am I? Look at him. You're not gonna win me that sort of money. That dream's gone of winning a 12 grand card. That's truly well and over. I just need to save up those thresholds or work a bit harder or send my wife back to work. Maybe that'll help. Defo worth it though. Nice, 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 nice. So how the hell did I get onto Harry Potter anyway? Oh, Disney, yeah. No, we was talking the other day. We'd like to go, but how much it would be probably like the best part of about 15 grand, just to get out there and stuff. That might be. That might be. Uh, Let me know if Courier comes on here. Yeah, I'll give it another 5 minutes or so, boys, and then I'll have to go because he might come here. I used to live right next door to Disneyland here in California. We had an annual pass. Listen, my annual passes get as good as the zoo. So count yourself lucky, Daniel. Do you think 460 level players and a zero keeper is a viable option for Cap 240 super rare or too difficult? I think it's too difficult to be hitting it regularly, is my opinion on that one. I think if you can afford to, then have a goalkeeper, but it's a lot. I know it's a lot. You might win like 1 out of 6 or something, but it depends how balls deep you want to get into it. You know, and you pass the Miami Zoo is great value. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm thinking about selling Grimaldo and Alex Garcia as well after this game week. See if they can win me something, and then maybe they go. They go from the gallery and start funding some of these MLS super rare pickups and start prepping for the new season. You know, with the new way Cap 240 super rare will work, you'll need a goalkeeper. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. I didn't think of that. You'll need one. You'll need one for sure. Da, 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 da. I won this guy, by the way. So I won a tier 5. He's a forward, plays out in the Austrian Bundesliga. comes on every now and again. So if I'm at a loose end, I can whack him in. But then he don't play again until February. So what's the fucking point? What's the point? You know? My best card is Lars Unnestal. What has he actually won me? What's your best card? So he has won me. My camera is actually blocking this. For me. What's that at the bottom? Let me shut that down. Is that 1.8 ETH? Total value then, total value now. Well, look at that. That's an ETH difference there in terms of what he's owed me, what he's made me. Sorry. So he's won me a Palacios, which I ended up selling. He's come good as well. This Mires, Pacina, who was okay at the time. Petretta, a Branthwaite, Espinoza, Aaron Ramsdale. We won me Dux or Dux. Yeah, he's won me a lot, hasn't he? He's done well for me, actually. I didn't realise he's done all that. Good work, Lars. Good work. I think my best card limited is Rio Hateti. Yeah. Won like 15 rewards for him. He's a good card, isn't he? Is he injured now, though? He's out, right? Yeah. 12, 15, 0. Yeah, he's out. How long's he out for? That's a lot of DMPs, isn't it? But he can have these spikes, can't he? So, very, very decent. What do you mean? I don't want, actually, I want, what is it? My lineups. So is this week? 3, 4, yeah. I wanted to see how many cards are actually up for grabs here. So we've got 4, 3, 8 cards. No. What you said that? I'm hoping to get a tier 3 minimum out of this. I want to finish in the top 100 with this team. I think it's capable. Just need a massive game from Bayer Leverkusen tonight. But I do think that they absolutely smash them. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Lads, I'm going to make a move now. So appreciate you guys jumping on with me for that. For that nice little, what is it, an hour or so that we had. This will definitely be my last stream before Christmas for sure. So lads, guys, I wish you a very, very good Christmas. If I don't speak to any kind of anybody or do a stream or whatever or videos before the end of the year as well, appreciate all the support this year. I will put a tweet out and stuff because you know, when I first started this channel, I weren't expecting to be doing live streams by the end of the year or be having some of the views, even though it's minor in terms of YouTube, right? But I didn't expect to people be interested into what I have to say or do or what I put up. So yeah, I appreciate it. All the subs, etc. So have a great Christmas, lads, and yeah, some luck over the Christmas period as well with Sorare. All the best. Take care.